Power to the truth. This is Margo. This is Friday, November 9th, 2018. And I'm going to do a follow-up on the earthquake that happened near Greenland and some more things that I discovered about it that happened last night. I did a report on it with related to methane in the area where we showed methane coming up in the ocean from Norway all the way across and from Iceland and that whole area around there, and showed how that could be related. But I also found something interesting with ozone going on. But first I want to just cover a couple of articles that have come out having to do with the earthquake. This one is from RT, Russia Today, RT.com, and it's major earthquake strikes near Norwegian volcanic island in Arctic Sea. This is a picture of the volcano. It's a volcanic island is where it happened, and the island's name is Jan Mayen. This is Berenberg volcano on the Norwegian island of Jan Mayen. And it said officials say a powerful earthquake with a preliminary magnitude of 6.8 has occurred in the Arctic Sea between a volcanic Norwegian island and Greenland. The quake struck at a shallow depth of 10 kilometers below the seafloor on Friday morning. The jolts were recorded at 2:48 a.m. in the sea some 119 kilometers or 74 miles northwest of Olenkimbyen, Svalbard, and Jan Mayen, according to the USGS. No injuries or damage have been reported so far. However, the employees of the Meteorological Institute and several troops stationed on the mostly uninhabited volcanic island were shocked by the jolts, according to local media. And there's where the island is, and I'll show you. Go back here. This is where it was. Here's Greenland, here's Iceland, and the little island is right there. You can barely see it. So maybe if we zoom in, it's just hard to see right here. Here's the here it is right there. It's so tiny. Look at that. And I've got it pulled up on NASA Worldview. It's in the dark. So that's where it is, and it's in the dark. But if we turn on the blue marble layer, we can cut the clouds out and see here's Iceland, here's Greenland, and here's the little island. And when we zoom in, we can see here's the island, and the volcano, the Berenberg, is up here on the northern part of the island. So that's where it's located. And it's on that fault line. It's directly on the fault line there. There are not very many earthquakes that occur in the Arctic, so it's when we do get one, especially one this large, we really want to look at it. And here's another article that's just come out from the Sun, dailystar.co.uk, Northern Europe rocked by powerful 6.8 earthquake, shaking volcanic island. The 6.8 magnitude struck close to the island of Jan Mayen, which is owned by Norway. Initially reported as a 7.1 magnitude, it struck at just before 1:50 a.m. GMT on Friday morning. Its epicenter was 253 miles or 407 kilometers east of Idikor-Tormut in Greenland and only 10 kilometers deep, meaning the effects would have been strongly felt on the surface. The quake was strong enough to trigger powerful waves in the Greenland Sea. U.S. climatologist David Rees tweeted, "Sizable 6.8 magnitude earthquake in the Greenland Sea tonight." So far, the U.S. Tsunami Warning System has said it doesn't predict the quake to cause a tsunami in more populated areas of Greenland. There are no reports of injuries or casualties. Jan Mayen is a mountainous island between Norway and Greenland, and there's another picture. Here's a picture of when the volcano blew up. It last erupted in 1980 and 1975. This is a picture from 1975. And here's a picture of it, snow-covered and calm. Its largest mountain is the volcano Beerenberg in the northeast of the island, standing at 2,277 meters high. Beerenberg is the world's northernmost active volcano which isn't underwater. Beerenberg is also the tallest mountain in the Arctic Circle. The volcano hasn't erupted since 1985, but usually erupts every 15 years. Well, it's overdue. And here's another picture of it. Here's the meteorological research base on Jan Mayen, and that's desolate, isn't it? Jan Mayen sits on a major fault line and has felt 6 earthquakes in the past year. The tip of the island overlaps with the so-called Jan Mayen fracture zone, which crosses the mid-Atlantic ridge. Its only inhabitants are soldiers from the Norwegian Armed Forces. At this time of year, the island sees almost no sunshine at all, and temperatures rarely get above 3°C. And I read somewhere that they only have about 35 people who live there, depending on the season. So there's that. And I was looking at Climate Reanalyzer. This is from yesterday, and this is the sea surface temperature anomaly, and here's Iceland, and the little island would be up here, and we can see that we do have some brown and then some red off the coast of Iceland, but we do have brown, denoting that the sea surface temperature is warmer than expected in that area. So there's that. Now I've got cams ready to go, and I was looking at ozone this morning. I didn't think to look at ozone last night. But this is total column ozone, and this is the Arctic view. So we're looking down at the North Pole, and this is Greenland, and here's Norway, here's Iceland, and the little tiny island is right here. The Jan Mayen island is right here where that dot is. Now their data goes back to Monday, and it's through Friday. So what I'd like to do is show the ozone where it was all week, and we're going to see that a thinning, a hole opened up right over this area a few days ago, a couple of days ago. And I don't think that's any coincidence, and we were having solar winds at very high speeds come in from a coronal hole from the sun, and it could have been that that could have affected this area and caused an earthquake. So I have this already loaded up. So starting from Monday, and in my last climate report I did show this hole that had formed over Russia and then went away, but now look over here. Okay, while this is loading up, here's Wednesday, and we can see it opened up, and then Thursday opened up even more and got thinner, and then by Friday it was spreading out. And so when the earthquake would have happened would have been right around the beginning of Friday. So we're going to watch this movie through again. When you get into the green zones, those are under 300 Dobson units, which is considered average for total column ozone. Now this is the good ozone that we do want in the atmosphere. And so you can see the hole, it had gotten down to 200 Dobson units, this blue-purple over here in Russia. And then here is where it starts, and then it goes down. It started at 240, and then it went down to 220, and then it moved on out. But I just find that interesting and curious that, okay, I'm going to pause it. Okay, right here, it was in Wednesday that it started opening up, and here's the 240 Dobson unit reading in the middle of Wednesday the 7th. And here in the beginning of Thursday the 8th, it dropped to 220 Dobson units, so it's thinned out even more so. And then the earthquake would have happened about here, and we can see that it's still quite thin, and the thinness is spreading over this whole area all the way over to Norway. And I've taken a you can do a PDF of whatever picture that you want simply by stopping it wherever you want and then hitting this print button up here, and it turns it into a PDF file that you can download or zoom in on. And this is a really nice thing to be able to do. So here I took a PDF where it was the largest and the thinnest, and I just wanted to be able to zoom in and show you that where this little island is, and what a tiny area it is, but how powerful it is, and how you never know where you're going to get the most activity. And we also had methane just coming all the way across, just in waves, from Norway and from Iceland, and it was just in waves. If you see my video from last night talking about the earthquake and methane. So here's the Jan Mayen Island, and we see it's right in the middle of that thinnest part of the ozone. And that's right at the time that the earthquake, right about the time the earthquake would have been happening. Well, it was setting it up. It was being set up. So So for starting on Wednesday, then this ozone hole was opening up. We can see starting at the beginning of Wednesday the 7th, it was starting to thin in patches, and I've talked about the holes in the ozone that they're in patches, and then it got a little bigger. Each click is 3 hours in the data, and then it kept growing, and it was right over in that Jan Mayen area. So starting on Wednesday, and then it got thinner here. About mid-Wednesday, it went down to 240 Dobson units. So it was getting all those solar winds in at very high speeds. And so starting on Wednesday all the way through Thursday and through Friday, it was getting high cosmic winds in. And so I believe this is all contributing, and without the ozone layer we're not as protected, and you know, I think it's all connected. So we had the ozone, we had the methane, we had the cosmic wind, and then this happened. I checked sulfur dioxide. I didn't see anything unusual up here. So I'm going to wrap it up. So that's my follow-up on this earthquake that happened yesterday, or early Friday morning UTC time. And it's Friday here now, so anyway, it was last night my time. So I love you guys. Time is short. I recommend everyone get your spiritual houses in order. And until next time, go in peace and God bless. And I will do a full climate update in the next couple of days, 2 or 3 days. God bless everyone. Take care. Goodbye.